Hey YouTube, I'm coming out here today to show y'all my garden, and oh look, it's a beautiful day today. So I just had some questions about, I guess, here's my patio plant. It's my, can y'all see that? Alright, this is the patio plant. It's my tomato patio plant, and I decided to take it out of the pot that it was in and basically put it in the ground. I've gotten a few good tomatoes out of this already, and I don't know if you guys can see that. There's some more. I've gotten a good 10 tomatoes out of this. It's doing pretty well. They don't taste that great, but they're not bad either. So my mom, she used it for cooking. Alright, so as you guys can see, the leaves down there are dying. And my question to other gardeners is that normal, or is that, I don't know. I don't know if that's a disease or not. But there's a couple more growing down here. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that. There's a helicopter going by. But yeah. There's a couple new tomatoes that's growing. I broke off some of the leaves at the bottoms that were dying, or that maybe were diseased. I don't know if you guys can see that. If that's a disease or something, can you guys like let me know? Because I'm not sure what that is exactly. But at the top, it's doing really good. You guys can see, I got a couple small ones growing up there. It's doing good. I didn't think it was going to make it this far. When I bought it, it was doing fine, and then I left it in the pot. It wasn't doing so great, so I depotted it. And right next to this patio tomato plant, I have corn growing. Let me come out of there a little bit so you guys can see that. And it's pretty high. It's gotten really high. I'm gonna get closer. You guys can see. It's gotten really high. And they're really healthy looking. Another question I'm having is when my silks are gonna turn brown. And sorry, there's a helicopter that keeps going by just at the time that I want to make the video, my first video on YouTube. So I've been fertilizing. I've been pollinating the silks for the last 2 or 3 days, and I want to know, does it look like it? How can I tell whether it's been pollinated or not? I've been trying to pollinate a couple of these, and as you guys can see, I got a couple good ones in here. I mean, I didn't know if this was going to grow or not. This is my first successful time of growing corn. This is the second time I've actually attempted to grow corn, but the first time it's been successful. So I know that if the silks are not well pollinated, my kernels will not grow or not get large, or at least edible enough. Got spider webs in there. And if you guys can see that, can you tell me whether I've pollinated most of the ones that I was able to reach? Unfortunately, I think because my garden's a little too, it's a little small, I had to go a little closer as far as planting. Alright. And once again, this is my corn. Okay? And so I'm really glad that it's growing, because like I said, I haven't been successful with growing corn in the past, and this is the first year, and so I'm just learning more about it. Down here next to the corn, and this probably wasn't the greatest idea I've ever had, I'm actually attempting to grow cantaloupes. You guys can see that. It's cantaloupe. And it's starting to go out the side of my garage. And it's coming out into my yard. Let's see if I can find a small cantaloupe. I don't think I can find one down here. I got little bees that are pollinating for me. How nice. Let me try not to get stung. I don't know if you guys can see that. I think that's a mini cantaloupe right there. I think. Trying not to get stung. So excuse me if this is shaky. I'm sorry if it's a little shaky. I saw one here earlier. I can't find it, which is just great, but I think my cantaloupe is actually doing pretty good. I'm gonna zoom out on this so it's not looking crazy. Let me see if I can find the, I don't want to pull on this vine too much, but if you guys can see that, oh, there it is. Well, here's a bigger one. I'm not sure if these are cantaloupes or not. I'm assuming that this is what they're starting, how they start off. Focus. Okay. Yeah, so that's cantaloupe. Alright, and here's some Mexican, I think these are Mexican, or Mexi, they're called Mexi bell peppers. Or Mexi bell peppers, yeah. So, I'm gonna zoom out so you guys can actually see this. I'm just kind of bad with the camera. This is like my first time, so bear with me. I haven't started seeing fruit. This plant seems like it grows kind of slow. I'm not sure. I got it from Lowe's and it's growing kind of slow. Back here is another kind of pepper plant. Not sure what kind it is. Maybe if I make another video, I'll let you guys know, but I'm not sure what kind of pepper plant that is. Over here, next to them, are my bell pepper plants, and I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, these bell peppers are doing good. They're doing really good, actually. I got a couple small ones. You guys see that? It's growing up there. And then right here. And actually something ate at this. If you guys know what did that, let me know, because I don't know why I have a hole in there. And it looks like, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like there's some, it's dark in there, so I know it's not, that's no good. Kind of sucks. And then I got a couple more growing in here, and this one is, let me zoom out so you guys can see that, but this is huge, and you know, in comparison to the plant. This one right here is huge, so that looks pretty good. And there's a couple, it's quite a bit growing on this plant. I'm gonna try to get in here for you guys so you can see, but yeah, so there's quite a few. And here's my biggest problem. When I first started growing these peppers and tomatoes, I didn't know much about staking, unfortunately. And there's some more peppers back there. There's one more pepper plant. So now I have like 1 million tomatoes, and I didn't think this plant would yield so many tomatoes. And now, if you guys can see down in there, they're on the ground. Do you guys think it's a good idea if I should still try to stake them somehow? And if yes, how can I go about doing so? Because, yeah, I have a ton of tomatoes sitting on the ground, and I don't want insects and bugs to eat at them. So, you guys can see that. There's a good amount down there. I was able to save one of them, which is this one. Kind of, sort of. So, you guys can see, this one doesn't have as many tomatoes as that one, which is kind of ironic because that one has the most tomatoes. But there are a good amount growing on here right now. Not too many, but there's good. I can see more is coming, or starting to grow. So yeah, I'm gonna try to wrap this video up. I don't want to make it too long, but here's my other tomato plant down here. Same thing. I didn't stake them. Now they're sitting on the ground. I have some cherry tomatoes growing in here. I got some that are starting to ripen. I might actually pluck those off if I can get in here. Yeah, I'll take those because the birds will be feeding on that soon. But and here's an overall shot of my garden. It's kind of crazy, but there's about 3 tomato plants that I haven't yet put anything on, and I've staked, I'm sorry. So if you think it's a good idea to stake them, just let me know. All right, bye.